Good morning once again, everyone. Welcome to Fundamental of Martial Arts. So we are already at our ninth week, and for week 9, our topic is all about karate techniques. So for week 9, we will familiarize the steps of selected karate techniques and also determine the applicable karate techniques that they should use in defending their selves or yourselves. Also, we will practice the karate techniques. So let's proceed to our lesson for week 9. Also, once again, this PowerPoint presentation was prepared by Sir Jemuel Anthony O. Garcia. So let's proceed to our discussion. So for week 9, karate is often depicted as a brutal martial art form. However, its violent reputation shouldn't put you off getting involved in it. Karate may be a contact sport, but it requires great skill and agility. Competition karate is centered on balance, grace, and self-discipline rather than straightforward punching and kicking. So there's a difference between other sports or other karate or in competition karate. So we have here competition karate is more focused on balance, grace, and self-discipline rather than straightforward and punching and kicking. So here are some important moves you'll want to know about karate. So we have key karate techniques. So basically, these key karate techniques are demands great concentration and poise to progress beyond the very basic karate techniques. Though certain films may glorify its combative nature, competition karate is less about inflicting pain on opponents and more about focusing on outwitting them through a combination of fluid movements. So here are some of the key techniques that you can expect to learn as you progress through your karate training. Although some moves may appear slightly rough and ready, you must keep in mind that competition karate is played out in safe and hopefully pain-free conditions. So our first karate technique is front kicking, or what we call maegeri. So the front kick is a simple yet highly effective form of attack. So we could see in the picture, it's just a basic step or attack, but usually the target is at the opponent knees, groin, or stomach. So front kicks aimed towards the groin or knees are simply designed to surprise an opponent. Here, the competitor flicks a leg straight out, ensuring that their foot makes sharp contact with the opponent's body. In contrast, also, front kicks aimed towards the torso are more powerful, and with the karateka or karate participant, putting together weight behind their kicking to land heavier blows. Whilst front kicking may sound rather painful, you must try not to hurt your opponent too much when attempting one during a lesson or competition. So we have here on your handouts, PDF files, or also here in our presentation. So if you want to see a front kicking key technique, you may watch the demonstration at Karate Dojo Waku. So basics and practice drill of Maegeri explained. So we could also watch this later as soon as we finish our discussion. So next key technique is the upper blocks or age-uke. So the upper block or rising block here, we could see in the picture, is a defensive move designed to fend off punches and kicks to the head and upper body. This key block is also useful in setting up the karateka for a fast counter attack. So how does the upper block work? It's simple really when preparing to block attack. The competitor places his or her left arm at the side of their waist with the arm bent, so the fist is facing the opponent. At the same time, the competitor's right arm is raised straight up alongside their head, and once an attack is launched, the karateka quickly brings the right arm down, covering their face and therefore parrying the hit. At the same time, they bring their left arm forward, punching the opponent in the stomach whilst they're caught off guard. All in all, it's the perfect counter-attacking move. So we have another demonstration at Simus Odo, beginning karate rising block. So you may also watch it, or we may also watch this in the end of discussion. Another key technique that we have is the knee strikes or hizageri. So if you're up against a male opponent, what could trouble them more than a quick knee to the groin? So depending on your flexibility or knee kicks, and it could be used to attack the groin, stomach, or even the head of an attacker. So let's see the image of the knee strikes. For this one, it could be performed at a close range, and this move sees the karateka behind their leg and push the knee upwards into the attacker's groin. A knee strike can prove even more destructive if the karateka pulls their opponent towards them at the same time as the knee makes contact. So we have another demonstration, the Oyama Karate Langer Bomb Hizageri. So next key technique that we have is the elbow strike. And for this one, it is called the hijiate. The elbow strike technique in karate is as unfriendly as it sounds, essential for close quarter styles of karate. It sees the karateka quickly thrust an elbow into the face of their opponent. It may sound more like a fighting technique for drunken Saturday night brawling, but the elbow strike is a difficult move to master, consisting of a quick upward jab. It's a great technique for stunning an attacker, but is easily blocked if delivered too slowly. So let's check the image. So this is the elbow strike. Usually for this one, in the competition, it's vital to keep the power of an elbow strike in moderation, as a careless blow could well break an opponent's cheekbone. So we have another demonstration of what is an elbow strike. And next key technique that we have is palm heel strike or teisho uchi. The palm heel strike describes a sudden thrusting jab that is aimed at the opponent's head. And usually this offensive move sees the karateka launch an upward, straight arm punch hitting their attacker's face with the base of the palm. Although it is easily blocked if delivered too slowly, palm heel strike can offer a surprise attack in the karateka's arsenal. So let's see the image of how we do the palm heel strike. So usually or potentially disorienting an opponent, the palm heel strike is a stunning move in every sense of the word. So this Teisho Uchi is very familiar if you have watched Naruto. So the family of the Byakugan who has the Byakugan, they use palm heel strikes in order to attack their opponent. So we have discussed our key techniques. We have the front kicking again, maegeri. We have the upper blocks, age-uke. Knee strikes, hizageri. Elbow strikes, hijiate. And palm heel strikes, teisouchi. So after discussing or since we have discussed the key techniques in karate, now let's discuss karate safety. For this one, the principles behind these basic karate moves may alter slightly depending on your karate instructor's style of teaching. However, the likes of front kicks, palm heel strikes, and upper blocks should generally adhere to similar techniques. Above all else, it's vital to stay safe during your karate training. While some of these moves may appear alarming with their violent intent, it's important to remember that a solid set of safety gear should protect you from anything that comes your way. However, if you do feel things are becoming too complicated or don't feel comfortable trying out a certain technique, it's best to raise awareness about your concerns. So stay safe and enjoy the many health and fitness benefits that karate training will soon bring about. So for this week, we have discussed our key techniques in karate and also karate safety. Now I will show you some videos of our key techniques that we have discussed. So let's go. So I suggest that you should watch all the video links on your PDF files, handouts, or on our presentation. So once again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links for the demonstration of those key techniques, because if I play it here, we might have a copyright claim. So I'll just show you some other video, but I really suggest that you watch all those video links on your handouts. So let's watch this basic karate kicks.
In front stance, we step forward with the left leg, kamaite. At this point, we have our hands to the side. Notice in the punches and blocks, we step forward into downward block. For kicking, for basics, we have our hands at the side. The reason being, number one, it allows us a little bit of extra balance. And number two, we want to focus just on the kicking action and don't have to worry about the arms. Later on, as you advance, you move into a fighting stance with using your hands too as a guard. For basic practice, we don't have to worry about defending ourselves against an opponent. We're just practicing our kicks. So our hands are going to be at the side. We'll be in our front stance, Zenkutsudachi, and then ready. Hips are forward. Maegiri front kick, we bring our knee up the center. At this point, we're going to kick out, pulling our toes back and pointing the ball of our foot forward. Pull back and then step down. Bring our knee up, kick out, pull back, and then step down. These are the steps of the front kick. Now we practice front kick in different ways. We practice, first of all, from Heisokudachi. This is one of the stances we learned at the beginning of the DVD. In Heisokudachi, the heels and toes are together, and when we practice Maegiri on the spot in this position, we kick and then come back to this position. Front kick and back. The reason for practicing this way is to try and isolate just the knee lift and kicking motion and try and get back to the same spot each time. From the side angle, kicking out, out. All right, so you're bringing your knee up, you're kicking out, drawing back, and then stepping straight down here. When you kick, try as you raise your knee to have your foot parallel with the ground. Don't point it down this way. Try and keep it parallel with the ground, and also tuck this in. Tuck your knee in, your foot. Don't let it hang out like this. You have to pull it back in. So that's our first method of practicing front kick on the spot. Second method is from our front stance, but also on the spot. Again, hands to the side. This time we're going to kick, and then back into stance. Kick, back into stance. Maegiri. It's important when we do this that when we begin in a strong front stance, we must also end this way too. All too often, we get lazy. We do a kick, and gradually our stance shortens until we're almost standing up. This is not very good for building our leg muscles and practicing our good stances. It's important to maintain our position even after we kick. Back to the same position. Same position. Same position, all right? So when we practice on the spot, we're not just thinking about our kick, we're also thinking about returning to the same position and maintaining our stance. So through this practice, we improve balance and muscle control and, of course, muscle strength. The final way of practicing front kick is moving forward, just like our other techniques. So this point, once again, you're going to raise your knee, kick, and then step forward. Kick and step forward. And forward. And forward. Important points on this. Number one, we don't want to keep our body too compact. So if you kind of keep your body forward like this, this is keeping too compact and not stretching out enough. Conversely, we don't want to overstretch and lean back too far, like this. All right? Because our body, obviously, is leaning back this way. It's helping our hips move forward, which they have to, but we're not in good balance. And what happens also is our foot often scoots up like this. The plane of the kick goes up. We want our kick, just like our punches, to come into our opponent directly. To do this, the knee must come up first. And then we push our hips in and kick out this way. Pushing in with the hips and kicking straight forward. You have to lean back a little bit, but not too far. Okay, so this way is not the correct way. Crunching up too much. Also, another mistake, leaning back too much, like this. Try your best to keep your body upright, your hips square. Push your hips forward, but maintain posture throughout the kick. This way. This is the movement from our belt. Imagine someone pulling your belt. This motion as you kick. This is front kick, maegiri.
Why should you invest in stocks on eToro?
With eToro, I can invest.
So that is a basic karate techniques or key techniques. Now let's watch a video about karate safety as well.
Rules of karate. Greeting athletes, today we're going to talk about a really exciting and adventurous game, karate. We're going to go through all the rules and objectives with the game. So let's start. Objectives of karate. The basic objective of karate is to defeat your opponent by utilizing punches, kicks, and throws to score points. At the end of a karate round, the competitor with the most points is declared the winner. Karate basic rules. 1. Players should wear body protection, shin guards, and foot pads. 2. Females are required to wear extra chest protection. 3. Karate kumite matches take place on a mat square of 8 meters by 8 meters with an additional 1 meter on all sides. That's called the safety area. 4. Before the match begins, the referee and judges take their respective places, and competitors exchange bows as a greeting. 5. There's a phase that the referee shouts at the start of the bout, Chobu Haijime. 6. During the fight, both fighters should attempt scoring techniques, which are limited to punches, throws, kicks on their opponent. These are classified as Yuko, Osaari, and Ippon, and are 1, 2, and 3 points, respectively. 7. When the fight is going on, if the referee deems a scoring technique may have been used, the referee shouts Yame, and the contestants, judges, and referee all resume their original positions. 8. The judges take their time and then indicate their opinion by means of a signal, and if a score is to be awarded, the referee identifies the contestant in the area that they attacked and then awards them the relevant score. And then they restart the bout by shouting, Suzuki Hajime. 9. If one competitor establishes a clear lead of 8 points during a match, then the referee calls a halt to the bout and declares them the winner. 10. If no competitor establishes a clear lead of 8 points during the fight, then the fighter who has the most points is declared the winner. 11. In the event of the points being level, the referee and the judges will declare who is the winner of the bout. 12. The fights can end earlier if one competitor is knocked down and is not in a position to carry on, or if one fighter is disqualified. 13. The fighters are supposed to stay respectful throughout the fight to each other, referee, and the judges. 14. It is imperative for the fighters to use the tricks they know wisely. Karate kicks can potentially harm an opponent very badly, so the fighter should deploy their tricks sensibly by controlling the strength. 15. It is recommended for the fighter to analyze and gauge the opponent's skill level and techniques before deploying your kicks and moves. Scoring in karate. In karate, scores are only given by the judges if the following areas of the opponent's body are hit: head, face, neck, chest, abdomen, side, back. A score is also awarded when one fighter performs a technique that emphasizes the following criteria, and the blows land on a relevant scoring area of the opponent's body: good form, vigorous application, good timing, accurate distance, awareness, sporting attitude. In the fight, fighters can score 1, 2, or 3 points for attacking techniques. 3 points are awarded for a Jodan kick, which is a kick to an upper level. Any scoring technique performed on a fallen or thrown opponent. 2 points are awarded for mid-level kicks. 1 point is awarded for mid and upper-level punch. That's it, folks. Make sure you go through each of these rules accordingly. Understand that karate is done under professional supervision. Share with us your thoughts and experiences in the comments down below. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Rule.
So those are the rules of karate. So we have discussed our basic karate key techniques, which is the front kick, and we have discussed our rules of karate or basic karate fundamentals for safety. Now, for week 9, we have some references. So just check out your references or suggested readings as well in your handouts or PDF files. And for week 9, we have 3 activities for our requirements. So total of 50 points. For activity 1, it is multiple choice. So 5 items, 2 points each. For activity 2, it is an essay type of activity. So answer each of the following question in 10 to 15 sentences, 20 points, 10 points each. So total of 2 questions. And for activity 3, we have true or false. Write true if the statement is true and F if the statement is false. 20 points, again, 2 points each. So we have 10 items, 2 points each. So once again, for your week 9 activity, we have activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3 for fundamental of martial arts. So for this week, we have familiarized ourselves with karate key techniques, also the basic karate safety tips and karate rules also. So if you want to watch more videos, please refer to your handouts or PDF files as well. So thank you once again and God bless.